Welcome to this edition of Bophelong. My name is Pule Molebati. A very good evening to you. As we wrap up the month of October, we look at the worldwide awareness on the importance of eye care. And the news that made headlines this month is an international pop sensation U2 singer Bono, who revealed that the reason he always wears his trademark wraparound sunglasses is because he's been fighting glaucoma for the past 20 years. Glaucoma is caused by a pressure buildup in the eye that results in the eye being sensitive to light. It can lead to blindness if left untreated. Later on the show, we discuss this and more. But for now, here is a story told by Nkanyiso Mqunu, who lost his eyesight at the age of 16 years.
Nkanyiso Mqunu, popularly known for his character Sizwe on SABC 2 soapie Mobango, encountered a sporadic event in his teens that many only read about on local tabloids. At the age of 16, Nkanyiso lost 100% of his vision to an unidentified cause to doctors and specialists. For 6 months, he remained in the dark.
I remember that I had a dream just a few days before the incident, where a snake, a cobra, spat in my eyes. And the next day I had like kind of shadows, is tunes in J, 2-3 nyana blocking the eyesight. But it was very small things, and it was the period of pink eyes. Remember pink eyes, where you would have pink eyes, and if you look at somebody, they also get affected. So I ended up having to put on glasses. So when they took me to the hospital, because my eyes were reddish in color, and I had these shadows that were just obstructing my view. So we went to the clinic, a public clinic, and they said, no, it's just pink eyes, and gave me eye drops.
Nkanyiso's life had taken an unexpected turn. Suddenly, his life had changed for good. He was no longer the charismatic boy that his family had come to know.
I was a very naughty child, very, very naughty, and very popular because I'm a loud mouth, you know. So I was very, very popular, known and loved by most because for a child who grew up without a father, I was naughty and yet I was very respectful. So I was a very likable young fella and very, very popular, and yeah.
Nkanyiso's mother, a single parent, worked tirelessly to provide for her children.
We were raised by a single mother. Our father just up and left, and we never heard of him till today. Yeah, so I was raised by a single mother who was working in a furniture shop, and she really struggled to make sure that we had everything that other kids had, you know.
His panic-stricken mother, together with a neighbor, rushed him to the hospital, where he was told by the doctors that they could not find what had caused him to lose his vision.
It was about 3 o'clock in the morning when I woke up and suddenly I couldn't see anything. So we called a neighbor who had a car. I was taken to the hospital, and when I got there, they injected me right here. They injected me with 2 of those, then they patched my eyes, then I was sent home. Then they said if nothing has changed in the morning, I should be brought back.
The family opted for a consultation with a traditional doctor with the hope that they might find the cause of Nkanyiso's sudden loss of sight.
I was taking these medications, I was taking these injections, and yet I wasn't getting any better. So we're like, no, maybe it lies on the traditional side of things, you know, because at the end of the day, samanguni isintu siyasazi. So you know, maybe it's something to do with badimo. So we went there, and babula now, but I don't know what babula is called. Babula and bashaya matambo abangathola lutho nabo. Then sayagu mama umthandazi, we know people working, we prayed for water, and they gave me the water to bath with, to drink, and all that stuff. But still, and when the results came back, because they ended up testing me for anything, cancer, anything, because they said this is one thing that we don't know what it is. We've never seen anything like this. excuse me, we've never seen anything like this before, you know. So they ended up running a lot of tests, and when they came back, I tested negative to everything.
For 6 months, Nkanyiso stayed in isolation, away from friends, unable to attend school.
I remember there was an old man in my township who was known for just talking, excuse the language, a lot of rubbish. And I remember him saying that this thing will end up infecting a lot of people. They should take me and leave me alone in some place where they will just keep going there only to bring me food and stuff, but I should be kept away from people and all that stuff, because they said my eyes were red as though I had pink eyes, but it wasn't it. You know, I don't know whether it was from crying or it was from this burning every time I was exposed to light. Because when I was exposed to light, it was so painful. My mother ended up having to wrap a black cloth around my eyes. So, because you know, even if your eyes are closed, but if you're exposed to light, you can see that light.
We have more on this story when we return from the ad break.
Discover the future of draft. Castle 1895 Draft. Progressively crafted by a new generation of brewmasters.
Guinea is reopening an Ebola clinic in its remote southeast in an effort to prevent sick nationals seeking better treatment elsewhere.
The new labor law also seeks to clamp down on violent strikes by holding a trade union liable for violence committed by its members during a strike.
The new canal is set to boost annual revenues to about $13 billion by 2023. It's part of a larger project to expand port and shipping facilities around the canal.
This is Vigigas's fourth victory on the PGA Tour.
That's all the weather that I have for you for now. Stay tuned.
For all your business news, catch news at 1 every day. Be informed.
Guinea is reopening an Ebola clinic in its remote southeast in an effort to prevent sick nationals seeking better treatment elsewhere.
The new labor law also seeks to clamp down on violent strikes by holding a trade union liable for violence committed by its members during a strike.
The new canal is set to boost annual revenues to about $13 billion by 2023. It's part of a larger project to expand port and shipping facilities around the canal.
This is Vigigas's fourth victory on the PGA Tour.
That's all the weather that I have for you for now. Stay tuned.
For all your business news, catch news at 1 every day. Be informed.
Zoom into Africa. This is Algeria. The president is Mr. Abdelaziz Bouteflika. Algeria got independent from France on 3 July 1914. The population is more than 36 million people. One of the major languages spoken is Arabic. Monetary unit is dinar.
Welcome back to Bophelong with me, Bophelong Molebatsi. We continue with the story of Nkanyiso, who suddenly lost his eyesight at the age of 16. Let's find out how he got it back and how he used this experience to get where he is today. Take a look.
Growing up in rural KwaZulu-Natal, Nkanyiso Mqunu wanted to be an entertainer, but never attempted to pursue this dream. Then one day, a life-changing experience left him feeling that he had been given a second chance to live his dream. So after he completed his matric, he left his hometown to pursue a career in acting in Johannesburg.
I've always had a dream of being an actor, and I know that I am capable. So let me go to Joburg. I will get a job there and see if there is any classes I can attend that maybe will sharpen my acting craft. So yeah, I left home and came this side. I got a job as a waiter, and I joined an agency which sent me to audition on Umubango for Spamandla's role. So I came out second of all the people who had went to audition, and after that I received a call from Dr. Tumandlovu telling me that he saw something in me and he was running acting classes at SABC at Henley's. And I started attending those classes for about 3 years.
In Johannesburg, Nkanyiso was offered a role in a local television soapie, Mobango, on SABC2.
I feel like I've been given a second chance. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that there are jobs that a blind person can do, and there are jobs that a blind person can just not do. And acting is one of them. And you know, now having got my sight back, I sat down and I was like, listen, Nkanyiso, yes, you didn't get a chance to go to the university, but now what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna sit around and blame the government that there is no jobs, or you gonna go out there and use this second chance that you've been given? Because it could have been permanent. We read about Babsi Mlangeni, about who's this legend, Steve Gekan. We read about them, that they weren't born blind. They could see, but they lost their sight as they grow. You know, so with me, it could have been permanent, but it wasn't. So I was like, wow, here is something. There are many people who are given second chances. This person almost died. He was in the coma for about a year. You come out of a coma and you live your life and change nothing about that. You had your dreams. You know, in the last minutes, it's where your whole life flashes in front of you. That this cannot be happening. I haven't done this, and this. I had a plan that I wanted to do these things. So when you realize that it wasn't your time, you get that second chance. You have to stand up and go out there and make sure that you make your dreams come true.
The experience had made Nkanyiso aware of the importance of eye care from a young age. Although the cause for the loss of his eyesight is still not known, he believes that it could have been prevented if he had done regular eye care from a young age.
This is the things that you read about. You know, when you read about things on newspapers or you see them on TV, you feel like they are not closer to you that much, so you tend to turn a blind eye on them, you know, and just ignore them until it happens to you. So when this happened, you know, it touched everybody at home, because now first thing was everything had to be adjusted now around, you know, with the moving of the furniture and all that stuff, and now being careful when you enter Nkanyiso's room with the lights and all that stuff. So you couldn't sit with people, and they are scared, because like I said, that it's a family member, but at the end of the day, you do not know how if this thing can infect you. You do not know what it is. You do not know how he got it, how I can also get it, you know.
Nkanyiso is now a dedicated father to his son and a supportive partner to his fiancée. He embraces the second chance that life has given him.
Be sure to share your thoughts on Nkanyiso's story and our discussion later on the show. Our contact details are on the bottom of your screen. Let's take a quick break. We will be right back.
In Parliament, Higher Education and Training Minister Bladen Nzimande has conceded that the bursary scheme is not enough to meet the growing demand from students.
Funding for universities is not enough. We're open about that. We will continue to ask for more from government as a department.
We've always said that the NSFAS budget must be 16 billion rand and that no qualifying student must be prevented from studying just because they cannot afford to do so.
There's been concern about citrus exports to Europe and investment contracts.
There are more opportunities for us to sell sugar, wine, ethanol, some fruit products than we had before, and that could create jobs.
That's business news, weekdays at 6 p.m. on SABC News.
The Mantanga Cultural Village is a large family homestead with 16 huts, each of them with its own specific purpose.
My responsibility, it is taking care of the family. As far as cleanliness is concerned, I have to make sure that I keep the home as clean as possible every morning when I wake up.
That's Kaleidoscope, Sundays 5:30 p.m. on SABC News.
Welcome back to the show with me, Bophelong Molebatsi. Earlier on, we saw the story of Nkanyiso, who lost his eyesight at the age of 16, and he used that experience to be where he is today. Today, he's a well-known actor doing very well for himself. But in studio today, we're discussing the importance of eye care. And I have with me an optometrist, Roshni Makan. Roshni, welcome to Bophelong.
Thank you very much and good afternoon to you.
Okay, I'm going to speak for myself here. What scares me the most, I'm short-sighted. What scares me the most is losing complete eyesight. What are the symptoms that one should look for that could possibly lead to blindness?
Well, there's different conditions that lead to blindness and present with different symptoms.
Yeah.
I'll discuss three main conditions that do occur. That's cataracts. That occurs mainly in adults.
Okay.
In elderly people, where the lens of the eye becomes cloudy. There is treatment for this by surgery, where the cloudy lens is removed and replaced with an artificial lens. Secondly, there's glaucoma, which is very common in diabetic patients, and it often goes undiagnosed and untreated. And it presents with no symptoms sometimes.
Yeah.
So a regular eye examination is very important in this regard to pick up these symptoms. There is treatment. However, there is no cure for this disease, but there is treatment in the form of eye drops, which reduces the pressure in the eye.
Yeah.
Thirdly, a common disease also found, it's macular degeneration. It's often called age-related macular degeneration. This usually destroys your central vision. So patients have a difficulty reading, seeing far, driving, and all their daily activities are hampered in this regard. And also there's no real cure for this disease, but there is treatment which is done in the form of drugs being injected into the eye.
But pink eye does not lead to blindness.
Pink eye does not lead to blindness if it is treated. There's three different types of pink eyes that you do get. There's your viral, your bacterial, and your allergic type. Your bacterial type is more of a serious condition where if left untreated, it does lead to serious conditions. So it must be treated once you get the symptoms of a watery eye or a yellowish discharge. And a doctor must be seen immediately so that antibiotic treatment can be given in the form of eye drops, pills, or ointments.
Because Nkanyiso says that they had assumed that it was pink eye because they couldn't really find out what was going on with his eyes. And he just woke up one morning and he had lost complete vision. Is it common for something like that to happen?
Not usually, hey? It depends on the extent of the disease and what exactly happened to him. I'm not too sure because I don't have his case study, so I can't elaborate too much on that. It depends what he's been through.
And I know there's the importance of taking care of your eyes from a very young age. And I just want to talk about accessibility, especially in small towns and where optometry is a luxury. And you're most likely to see a general practitioner if you want to. What's the best way to go if you want to make sure that your child's eyes are being taken care of from a very young age?
From a very young age, it's advisable to see an ophthalmologist, because if there's any diseases or any complications in the eyes, it can be treated by the means of surgery or spectacles, but it is advisable to have them tested from a very young age.
And I know that there's lots of people that use chemicals in their everyday lives, and particularly I just want to know specifically about the chemicals that are in the swimming pool, those that love swimming. Are they very dangerous to your eyes, especially if you swim without the goggles?
Yes, chlorine is dangerous to the eye to a certain extent, but if you do get a chlorine into the eyes, you can preferably wash it out vigorously with water, and then preferable to see the doctor if there's any complications that do arise from that.
But my concern now is that, the glasses, not everybody is a big fan. I'm absolutely against the glasses. I'm not saying people should not put on the glasses. It's important that you put on your glasses. But, it's not everybody that's all for the glasses, that would be keen to wear glasses. And I think it's very important that you take care of your eyes. And if you have to put on the glasses, then you have to. What are other options if you're not into glasses
If you're
that
not
are,
into
also affordable?
If you're not into glasses, there's contact lenses. Contact lenses are easily available now. If it's used properly, it can be... Sorry.
No, it's okay. So people should get contact lenses. But can anybody be able to use contact lenses?
Not everybody can wear contact lenses. You need to have a proper eye examination to see if you're an ideal candidate for wearing of contact lenses. Alternatively, there's laser surgery which can be done, but that is an expensive process.
But it will help you with your vision the same way your glasses and your contact lenses would do it.
Yes.
Okay, and the ones that we put on for cosmetic reasons, contact lenses, are they harmful in any way?
They're not harmful in any way, but I'm stressing the importance of cleanliness and proper hygiene with contact lenses. If there's proper hygiene and cleanliness, you won't have any issues. Also, the young children today are sharing contact lenses with their friends and family, which does lead to severe complications and diseases later on, and it does lead to blindness at a later stage.
And there are myths out there that if you expose your child, especially your toddler, to a TV, they're going to have a squint. That definitely does not cause a squint. If your child is born without a squint, they won't get a squint from TV or iPad or now with cell phones and all these technological gadgets. But it's definitely not safe though.
Not safe, but it doesn't cause any squinting or any other visual problems.
Yeah. And it's always, what would you say are the most important things especially for your little, boy or girl that's running outside in the sun to protect their eyes?
It's very important for them to wear UV protected sunglasses.
The toddlers?
You do get...
Yeah, because I know they wouldn't be so cooperative.
Yeah, they won't be cooperative, but maybe put on a hat for them to protect them from the sun and from the harsh UV rays, especially in our countries. The UV is very harsh.
Yeah, definitely. And we have October as Eye Care Awareness Month. Are there like free treatment for people that cannot afford to go see an optometrist or ophthalmologist for their eyes? Are there free treatment that is accessible for anybody?
Yes, there were many campaigns that were run by the University of Johannesburg Optometry Department, as well as the South African Optometry Association. They did run a lot of campaigns also in the underserved areas where optometry is not easily accessible, and they can get the treatment where optometry is not easily accessible. And
okay. No, I absolutely understand. So it's very, very important that you have your eyes checked up regularly. And with the rules now is that everybody has access to medical care. And so, like she said, it's important that you get your eyes checked up, and there is free treatment for you out there. Should you have any queries and you would like to get in touch with her, or you have more information from us, we'll definitely be keen to share it. You can send us an email, bophelong@sabc.co.za, and on social media, we are on Twitter at Bophelong Show. That's how we can be able to be of assistance to you, as October is Eye Care Awareness Month. What are the most important messages that we'd like to put out there for people to be more proactive in terms of taking care of their eyes?
Okay, in terms of taking care of your eyes, make sure you have a routine comprehensive eye examination at least every 8 months, so that you can prevent and we can diagnose and treat the conditions if there is any visual loss or any diseases that are prevalent. And also just take care of your eyes.
Yeah, so it's very, very important
Very,
that you
very
take care of your eyes.
Yes.
Just how close, because I sit very close to the TV. Is this healthy for me or not?
Well, in your case, I suppose you have to, because
Okay.
your vision is hampered
Yeah.
anyway. So it's okay if you sit close to the TV.
So it's not gonna, because I'm afraid it's deteriorating.
No, do
So
you
it's
wear any
not-
spectacles?
I'm not such a big fan of glasses. So that's why I asked you a question earlier about what also is available out there if I'm not such a big fan of glasses. But I do promise, perhaps in the next couple of episodes, I'll have my glasses on. And in that note, thank you so much for coming through,
Thank you
Roshni.
so much for having me.
And that's how we wrap up Bophelong for today. Remember, you can catch the repeat tomorrow at 12:30. As from me and the team that makes it all possible right here on SABC News, it's a goodbye for now.